Hello Buttercups, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just a discussion about reader space and writers going into reader spaces because I keep getting questions about it or people wanting me to comment, and then I have said many times, well, I did a video about that. It's short and sweet, but I think those are the best kind of videos. About 5, 6, been a long time, years ago. So that just kind of shows that nothing has really changed, because from a video that's 5 or 6 years old, we're now having discourse. I'm not surprised, because humans are gonna do what humans are gonna do. And I think that it's difficult to fix, and I'm gonna honestly say impossible to fix on a grand scheme of things when you're dealing with online anything. So you can probably sway a few people, right? But are you going to sway enough people into not doing certain things? I don't know. That's why I kept that video short and sweet, because people were asking about my opinions then, but I was actually on Wattpad and I didn't have anything published except alpha beta poetry, and I wasn't even focused on that, so I just didn't care. Sorry, I didn't care at that point, and Wattpad was completely different. Online serial writing is different than book publishing, traditional and indie. So I was coming at it a little bit more in the sense of being on Wattpad. How is it different from Wattpad? Okay. Wattpad chapters within a book, and there are comment sections with each chapter, and so the community of readers and even writers want you to reply to the comments and explain stuff or fangirl with you or just anything like that. So that's completely different than what we have for traditionally published books and indie published books, where you have Goodreads or Storygraph or Amazon, or just, you know, wherever you put the book reviews. Oh, BookTube. Hello, I'm here. I am present, kind of. So, like, wherever you put your book reviews, the argument is that it's not the writer's space, it's a reader's space, and I do agree with that to certain extents. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm going to give you a list. Okay, so if you have ARC readers that you know, not ARC readers that you don't know, and that they've given you 4 or 5 star ratings, or even 3 stars. I like 3 stars. That doesn't mean that everyone does, but I don't mind them. I don't think it's a big deal. 3 to 5 stars. And so you comment, let's say, just focusing on Goodreads, because that's what I have, and said, thank you for reading and reviewing my novel. That's you technically going into reader space. I don't think personally that's a huge deal. I see a lot of writers do that. It's when it's a bad review. You don't touch the bad reviews. No touchy, no touchy. I think that's where the discourse is coming from, at least from what I've seen, is that like 1 or 2 stars, or like DNF or something like that, then yes, that's where I would 95, 99, a lot of the problems are coming out. It's not the people that are complaining, oh my god, like this writer just, like, I love this book and this writer said thank you. That's not what's happening. It's something regarding negative reviews or ratings. Another one is if a reader reaches out to a writer and says, I want to interview you on my channel or on my blog. That's technically going into reader space, but it's a welcome, like, come on right in type of thing. So that's slightly different, but it's still like a reader space. If you have super fans, and super fans is the definition of you have a fan or fans that will read anything you put out and will love it, and they just want to interact with you in any way possible. Love the super fans. The super fans are the goal. That's what you're writing for, those super fans. or potential super fans. So when they're leaving reviews on Goodreads or Storygraph, and you're on one of those, and you say, thank you so much, John. I love that you left me a review. I see that you just posted on Facebook. Thank you again. And you refer to them through the first name. Oh, they love that. They absolutely love that. That is different. Those super fans, ride or die, you know? And again, it's positive. So you're interacting with a reader in a positive way, and they're interacting with you in a positive way. The problem is when it's negative reviews. It becomes harassment and bullying, and death threats happen. Even then, no. You know, those types of people just want a reaction, and it's just leave them alone, because they have problems. They just have problems going on with their own life. It's not my business that you're unhinged, honestly. And then, you know, as a writer, remind yourself of Andy Warhol's quote, paraphrasing here, that release your art and let people decide if it's good or bad, if it's art or not, but then just keep producing more art. And you can't control other people, and you can just control yourself and your reaction. I know it's hard because a lot of people are doing it, and a lot of readers are going hardcore into bullying and harassment, and then you're just like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Just leave it be. Like, you're not gonna win. And if you do win, are you gonna feel good about it? I don't know. That's a personal thing. I wouldn't feel good about it. I just want to let that go. Just let it go, because the online sphere waxes and wanes. And since I did that video, I mean, that has waxed and waned 5-6 years ago. There was at a point where, like a year or something, it was fine. This wasn't a problem, and then it was a problem, and it's not, and it is. And it's like, do you need to get involved? No. And I think also to just log out of Twitter, log out of TikTok, log out of Instagram, and just write. As a writer, just write. My reviews aren't for writers, they're for readers. If you want a critique, reach out, but then again, I don't do those anymore. I don't do ARC teams, or like, I just don't have time or the energy to do that. So I'm not doing it for the writer. That's a different conversation. If you want someone to critique you, then you need to do, you know, background stuff like ARC readers, beta readers, alpha readers. Usually it's just one alpha reader. But you can have two. And then you also have editors, copy editing, proofreading, developmental edits. Yes, you're paying that person, the editor. But if it's a messed up book, and the book is not good, or it's there, it's almost there but not complete to you and your editor, then work on it. You want to release something that's not going to be good? I don't want to do that. Someone thinks that it's gonna suck, and then another person is gonna be a super fan, and they're gonna love the crap out of that particular book. Looking for the majority of readers to like your book, but that means you're gonna have people that don't like it, that think that it sucks, that it's trash, and go off a cliff and die because you wrote trash. And that's just how it's gonna be sometimes. There are 8 billion people in the world now, authors. It's not possible to have people love your book or like your book. Statistically not possible, okay? We're aiming for the majority of people that read your book to like it, and then the minority to not like it. But, you know, if you produce something that's not good, then you're gonna get the majority not liking it and the minority liking it, and we don't want to be there. That doesn't feel good. And as a product that you have chosen to release to the public, that's not a great look either. And sometimes you do need really, really heavy developmental edits that can cost hundreds, if not $1,000 or more dollars. But that's okay if you want to have some solid product or a solid piece of work, of art, because even with art, you're going to need to refine it and to make it better. We're always going to have a first draft that sucks, or maybe it's almost there, but not completely there. And it's the same thing for sculpting. There are some times where, you know, the sculpture is almost there, or maybe you totally missed the mark and you're gonna have to start all over again, or maybe you can chip away and fix it, or, you know, you messed up on your crochet, you gotta start all over again. You know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. But work at making it the best thing that you and your editor and hopefully the majority of people will enjoy. And I think that is something that writers need to hear a little more. It takes work. It takes a lot of work. Hello, I've been through it. I've been through it with my first and second book. Technically wrote, so it was A Patriot's Tale, The Two Foxes, and then Danu's Curse. I published Danu's Curse in the second line, and then The Two Foxes, because The Two Foxes had lots of stuff that needed to be fixed. That's perfectly fine. I rewrote the second half of The Two Foxes. That took months, but it was not a good enough piece of art. It was not a good enough then product that if I released it, it wouldn't work. For me, for my editor, we both were like, okay, it's not working. There's a plot hole. There's some stuff that just does not make sense. This character does not need to be there. Why? Thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know why. Damn, I don't know why. So instead of fighting myself or fighting my editor or fighting the world, why can't you understand? I knew that something needed to be done, and that was a rewrite of the second part of the book, because the plot hole it was bad, you know? And then I took out a character and I changed a bunch of other like small stuff, and then I looked back at it and I was like, that's amazing. I love this book now. I'm really happy with this final piece of art and this product. Now, I know that there are writers, and I've been told to do this, and it does help if you're going for genre expectations for specific tropes and trends, that you will read first other people's works in your genre, the 5-star reviews and then the 1-star reviews, if there are any. There's going to be some. Though sometimes there's just ratings and not reviews, so you might have to dig a little more. So you're looking for what went wrong and what went right, and then you go to your book or books, and then you do the same thing on Amazon, maybe on Goodreads. Though I don't know if you want to do that on Goodreads, because then you can comment. And do you have enough willpower not to? Yeah, that's the thing. And then you look at the 5-star and 1-stars, and I would honestly do 2 stars as well, and see what's going on, what's happening, what can I do better in the future? Did I do tropes that are for the genre? Did I mess up on something, anything? And then you go from there for your next product. Or, I mean, you could unpublish and then do the rewrites if it's really bad and then publish it again. That's up to you. Been told many times, even from the ad school, but they said, don't comment. Do not do any of that. So they at least will say that. But I think there's some people that will say, you know, go look for this, and that, and then don't follow up on, don't say anything. And that's where our problems lie, honestly. So you can see on some of my books that I have replied to ARC readers and to super fans. And they expect that, though, because I know all of my ARC readers and I know all of my super fans by first and last name. So you're going to see it. That's not like a call out or anything. That's what, as I said, that's what they want. I don't do that for ARC readers I don't know. But it's really for the super fans. They really like that. I think that's really the only ones where you are actually commenting on Goodreads about. Just with the super fans and just with ARC readers that you know that have, and both of them that have given you 4 or 5 star reviews. Though, yeah, super fans are going to give you a 4 or 5 star review anyway because they're super fans. That's like the whole thing. But like specifically ARC readers, right? There's a inherent, conscious, maybe unconscious, I'm trying to think of the words. I'm just gonna go with those. Need, feel, reaction when you are being harassed and bullied online, just like you would in real life, to fight back. But dude, it's the internet. You're not gonna win, and if you do win, like I said, you're gonna feel good about it. So I understand the want to reply, but hold back. Just put your phone down, walk away. It's not worth it. Just think about these things. Is it worth your time? Is it worth your energy? Is it worth the money that you could be making if you were writing or doing ads or doing some other type of marketing? And will this matter in 5 hours, 5 days, 5 years? That's it. Just think about it before you press enter. And that's for a lot of things. Because I was on Wattpad for so long, and it wasn't required, but like it's the community of Wattpad that you do reply and that you read all that, you know, I mean, to a certain extent. I have gotten used to bad reviews, or like people saying go jump off a cliff and die, or you suck and I hope you die, you know, stuff like that. So I have a more thicker skin than usual. Also the fact that I grew up on chat rooms, I grew up on forums, and the crazy shit that people say, like, I don't know, it's wild. Thicker skin because I grew up on the internet, and then I started on Wattpad, and that place can get crazy really fast with the horrible things people say to you. But even then, I'm not really looking at reviews. I have not had enough reviews to do the whole 5-star versus 1 or 2 stars anyway. I do have 1 and 2 stars, but they're ratings, so I can't do anything with that, right? But I don't really look at reviews or the ratings. I just follow Andy Warhol's advice. Unless I'm getting bombarded by comments or something somewhere, haven't had this happen, but unless I'm getting comments that are just going, and then I get like 15 or 20 or whatever notifications, let's say on Facebook, and it's your book sucks or something like that, then I might read up on what's going on. But then again, letting it go. It's really up to you if you decide to read that or not. I probably would just skim to see what's going on and why are my notifications blowing up. But other than that, not my business. Another thing that we need to remember, everyone, readers and writers, it's not my business what a stranger's opinion is of me. You have an anime picture, you have a funny screen name, I'm not gonna listen. I don't know you. You don't know me. So you can have the opinion of my product and maybe even me, because that usually goes together nowadays. But I don't know you, therefore I'm not gonna listen. As artists, we are getting royalties from book sales and all that stuff, but I just do want to say, RuPaul, if they don't pay your bills, pay them bitches no mind. And that is golden. It has helped me a lot. Now listen a little bit, maybe, possibly. Don't reply. But if it's a verified purchase on Amazon and it's a 2-star and it lists out there are typos, I think this needs maybe developmental editing, the characters are Mary Sue's, like, think about it, right? But if it's someone on Goodreads that gives you a 1 and 2-star reviews and you have no idea who that is, and they're like, I haven't read this book, but did you pay my bills? No, you did not. You didn't even read the book. You didn't pay for it. You didn't get library, nothing. So your opinion doesn't matter because you're not paying my bills. You're not supporting me in any way, shape, or form. Different if it's from a library, because then there is some support there. But if they outright say, haven't read this book, but this person sucks, well, that's your opinion, man. I'm not going to pay you much attention. Like, if you DNF'd it at, whatever percentage, at least you tried. And you got the book from somewhere. Whether you paid for it, you got it at the library, as a friend gave it to you, I don't know. But you still tried. That is at least better than outright saying, haven't read it, but you suck ass. Here's a 1 star. Or, I haven't read this book, but I heard that it sucks, so I'm giving you a 1 star. That's silly, but it happens a lot. It doesn't even count as a reader, that's just someone. That's a stranger. That's just something happening. It sucks. Don't say that I know it sucks, but you have to think about it. Think about it that they didn't help you in any way, shape, or form regarding even getting the book from the library or from a friend. They didn't pay for it. They're just, saying that it sucks and you suck and jump off a cliff and die because XYZ. Some people are like that. You can't control them. It sucks. It really does. Because it lowers your rating and then you're in some sort of weird online drama or I don't know. But, it's unfortunate. But that is the price for being online. Honestly, like half or more than half of people online, up to no good. And to releasing a product, especially something that is so subjective. Now, if it's like a couch, well, that's different. It is what it is, right? It's a couch. But we're producing art and then we're releasing art and it's subjective. And there are some facts involved, but it's really of an opinion. And that's where we have to remember that as readers and writers. Do the best you can. And doing the best you can is not replying to readers. And also for the readers, I don't know, maybe don't send death threats. Low bar, but we're also on the internet, so low bar. Bar's low. Thank you so much for watching my video and my opinions. Hopefully you agree. If you're not, that's fine, man. It's okay. It's cool. Just chilling here. It is my YouTube channel, but it's okay if you don't agree. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.